Hello everybody and welcome to a new video. This is Dolphin. Today guys we have a video about my runes basically and my box. A lot of people ask in the comments about runes, how specific units are runed. So I thought I'll make this video. I'm gonna show you the runes and I'm gonna explain why I have them runed like that. Obviously I use Tableau.com, so if you wanna, I don't know, maybe copy or understand how it works and try it out. I'm not gonna lie, this season has been working decently well. I know I'm rank 1.8k now, but I've been testing stuff. We were a lot higher. We were like top 700, 600 probably. But then I started testing Chilling and and Water Zenny, picking it every time, and Daphnis, and they're not bad units, but obviously there's other units that are like way more consistent and they don't need big setups. Or like if Vanessa missed the strip defense break, you're just probably lost the game. So like I was using different, well, more consistent stuff like Rigna and Wind City and Agrius. And then I found some pretty good pivot actually, even if the LDs I have are not the greatest, they are working decently well. And I was actually ranked around top 600. But then I like to test stuff, and especially early on in the season, it's, I want to change things. I want to use the exactly same 5 units all the time. So I'm testing stuff. Also, testing stuff allows you to learn how to counter specific picks from the opponent, or sometimes you actually discover new units that are actually pretty good. I'm not sure if in 5-star these units would work, but in the 4-star, sorry, in the 20-star league, I've tried the Fire Nina, and it's actually pretty good. Unfortunately, 4-star base stats, but like the skills are pretty good, and the damage is not bad at all, and she has resets too. So pretty good unit. I haven't built her for this season yet, but might give that a try. As I was saying, Daphnis was ruined. I can show you how it was ruined because I think I'm gonna test it a bit more. But I give back the runes to the units so I can show you how the actual box works and how is ruined. I have some other stuff ruined in the non-favorite because I don't have any more spots in the favorite, unfortunately. So if I remember which one are they, I'll show you. But yeah, I'm gonna go through the runes, why the rune like that, and if obviously some of these units you can rune the same way for actually a lot of these units you can rune the same way if you run in normal comp, if you're running different units, this different box. But obviously some of them are built specifically for the Tableau. As you know, Tableau should move last, so like if you have things moving before him, you don't lose a turn with those specific units. Like for example, Fire Monkey is lower than Tableau, so if I pick the Fire Monkey, I'm gonna lose a turn with the monkey, which is not ideal, but sometimes it's fine, to be honest with you, because then you can still kill one. But yeah, bear that in mind. Also, if you don't care about some of the units out there ruined, obviously skip ahead. But yeah, let's start with Vanessa. Vanessa is on Swift Will. I'm pretty sure it was on Will. Yeah. 15 crit rate, because I tried that on crit rate build and she's not bad, but the damage is not that big, that is not that high, or that much higher, and obviously requiring better runes. So crit rate rune, instead of giving it to Vanessa, I can give it to Sonia, for example, and have another snipe unit. Also, having Vanessa tanking means it's going to be harder for the opponent to kill her, and so she can revive other units that get killed. So she's just tanky. Swift Will, max arc, yes, 63 arc here, but then I have 23 accuracy here. I don't know if you guys want, I can go through the runes as I talk about the build, and then I think max arc would be ideal if you pick her all the time. So I have her on 86 arc, accuracy skill 1. I mean, the skill 1 is not that reliable, but it's 20%, so eventually it can activate. Speed up effect here is because if I'm using 1, 2, 3, let's say Rigna, and there is an Egen on the opponent side, then the order would be Escher, Rigna, you snipe one, then Vanessa moves, Tableau moves. After Tableau moves, you decrease the attack bar, and now Vanessa is going to move in front of Rigna, but after Asher, so you can skill 3 strip, skill 2 defense break, and Rigna snipe another one. That's why she has speed up effect. Otherwise, you can go minus probably fire, minus water for the water monkey, but water monkey won't kill Vanessa straight away. Minus fire because some people were picking Cassandra, fire Cassandra, so I had minus fire. But yeah, speed up effect is actually pretty good. So like she can move after Ashley, but before Rigna, and you kill another one. It's actually pretty good. I've not seen that many Hagen this season, but when I see Hagen actually give me basically 2 snipes if she defense break, but well, most of the time she should because she's max arc. Now Asher is on the fastest. We've set on crit rate. I would like to have 100 crit rate. I could ideally switch to this, but then I don't have, actually I have HP, but actually maybe it would be worth it. I do lose 100 defense, which is not ideal. I lose more HP, which is not ideal as well, but yeah. So but 97 crit rate's pretty good. And then yeah, fastest set, really just as fast as possible. On will would be ideal. I don't have him on will, and this is flat, but it's at 32, so it's a bit squished because of that, but it's actually fine. It does good damage. Also, the artifacts are attack main, but as you can see, the stats are pretty good. So I have the attack main, and also attack scale on the skill 1. Skill 1 doesn't scale on HP, so skill 1 does more damage if you have more attack. It's not like I would love to have 3k more HP or be more even, but it's pretty fast, and I've not seen many people being faster than 233. I've seen some people being faster than my Asher for sure, but like they usually use Sonya, so yeah, Sonya or Etna, so that 119 base speed. And you know, I got sped by monkeys before, but it's not happening that often. But yeah, this is the Asher. This is on crit rate for damage, and then additional by speed and HP mostly. And if you get attack, it's fine. Defense is fine, but mostly by speed and HP. Obviously, again, if you had HP main, it's better, but I didn't, so it is what it is. Now tablets like that. Valiant will. 290, I could make it a little bit faster, but then I need to speed up other units as well, and I don't know if I have unit runes to make the other units faster than Tablet as well. So it's like that, and I'm not gonna lie, even against Tianlang, as it is right now, it does not get cut, even if there is a Tianlang. So I'm mentioning Tianlang because if Ashe skill 2, obviously it gives 77.5% attack bar to his teammates, but Tianlang obviously get 15%, but Tableau is still moving in front of it, probably because of the speed buff. But yeah, and it's like this, just Valiant will stats. Honestly, I would like to have some attack here. I'd rather have defense, to be honest with you, but I'm going for accuracy because I think accuracy on Tableau is pretty important. By the way, a lot of my runes are not fully maxed. I'm trying to do R5, but I haven't gotten that lucky yet. And then additionals on the artist and accuracy skill 2. So skill 2 is probably the most important. Again, HP probably fine, but I do have almost 25k HP, so attack is not that bad on Tableau because obviously it could move a lot of times because of the double number or the Valiant procs, so it can do decent damage, to be honest with you, overall. Obviously it's not going to do burst damage, but it adds up. And then obviously the speed lead is pretty important. Now Sonya, I don't really use her much. She's big scuffed. I am trying to get better slot 2 because I don't have very high attack on slot 2. This is not the greatest. I did get 1, but I don't have the max grinds, so it's not even worth it to change it, because no max grind, I get 7 attack and then I lose everything else. So it is like that for now. I do pick her sometimes, but I don't pick her that often because, again, not really loving the build. But sometimes if I have 33 speed lead, the opponent has just 24, I can pick her and she can still snipe stuff. This art is pretty good because it's like 37 crit damage on the skill 2, because all adds up to skill 2, and then this one is just crit damage is more 37, so it's 56 extra crit damage. So I'm over 110 crit damage, you know, 111. So that's Estonia. Again, I would like 100 more attack and 5 more speed, 6 more speed, and that would be pretty decent. I did get this rune actually for her. But again, I can't really get the plus 10 yet and the plus 30, otherwise obviously this is gonna go on her once I get the max, because you gain attack, you gain 1 speed, you know, it's definitely worth it. And then I can change, I could do this too. It all adds up and I'm gonna gain attack, decent amount actually, not gonna lie. So yeah, it would be maybe okay after that, but still I need 5 more speed after that. Anyway, Reignite like this, and she's off will, by the way. Reignite like that, Swift will, just damage. And honestly, I try to make her a bit tankier, because, you know, the passive make her so that she doesn't take too much damage. If she's faster than the opponent, they cannot crit on her. So if you make her decently tanky, she's not gonna take too much damage. She's there to honestly snipe, and she, as long as she's faster than the opponent, she's gonna guarantee crit on the opponent. So even on like light Warang, she's a decent option. But after the first turn, obviously Warang will become faster than her anyway, so I don't know. It's not the best into Warang, but into every other stuff, honestly, she's insane. I didn't have her for the longest time. Then last year when you could pick your NAV 5, I picked her, and I knew she was good for this comp, but I didn't know she was this good. So even if the opponent pick wind, you're fine. You can crit on them. And a lot of people pick Diana into this, and Diana can't crit on her. So yeah, it's pretty good. Artifacts obviously attack main, and then skill 2 crit damage and own turn crit damage. Crit damage small would also be good. First attack crit damage is not bad, but then this is double hit. Well, I think it's not bad actually, because it would apply more. Now that I think about it. So it would be this probably, but I'm trying Zenny to be honest with you, so it is what it is. But I like that anyway. And then crit damage is more on turn, and then I need to change bomb damage for like crit damage or additional on element probably, or additional by attack would be decent as well. Now Wind City is like this. I keep on changing her. I can make her a bit faster, but she'll be even more squishy. So it's like this for now. It's okay fast. I would like to have plus 200 to be honest with you, so I can actually speed contest due to the base speed. But as of right now, it's like that. She does awaken into speed, but then you need crit rate obviously, so it's a bit harder to make her faster. But yeah, she got fixed on the skill 3. So when you skill 3, you move again, which is really good. Before you wouldn't. I do not know why. She should work even better than Etna with the skill 3, and this is because even if she glances on fire, as long as she's faster, she gains attack bar. So like if Etna glances on fire, she doesn't get the attack bar. If she glances on fire, as long as she's faster, she will get the attack bar. So like in that sense, it's better. But yeah, the runes are like this, just damage basically, crit rates, some accuracy, so skill 3 can slow. This is I don't like it, but as of right now it's like this. But yeah, I need to change that back. I had a better one, but I'm not gonna lie, I haven't picked that too much because I've been testing stuff, as I said before. I've been testing Chilling, I've been testing Daphne's, I've been testing, what is it, this. So I've tried not to pick her too much because I'm testing other stuff. But yeah, usually has a better one there. And then yeah, you just go for 100 crit rate as fast as possible. And a lot of these runes don't have HP percentage. That's why she's squishy. So 3 runes are missing HP percent. I could get 60% HP, so like 6k HP probably, no? Yeah. So like, I need to try and get that. And then artifacts is usually crit damage is more, damage dealt to an element, skill 2 crit damage, skill 3 crit damage is fine, additional by attack. That's actually pretty good artifact for her. But yeah, that's the Wind City. That's Agris. I didn't know Agris was that good till like last season, when yeah, I honestly tried it and it's pretty good. It's kinda inconsistent on the damage, as in you don't really know how much damage to expect. Sometimes I attack units that are slower than me, way slower, and I ignore, but don't do that much damage. Sometimes like, it's a bit weird, but it's a pretty good option because even if you get reset, skill 1 is going to ignore anyway. So resetting Agrius doesn't really matter. If you're fighting a Gio, it doesn't matter. As long as she doesn't stun him, he's going to ignore. So pretty good unit. I would say some accuracy is fine, but overall I would say focus on a 100 crit rate, speed, and attack. That's all. I would like to make him faster, but it does not awaken into crit rate, and it's a 4-star unit. Base speed is not too bad, to be honest with you, but as I said, you need a 100 crit rate, otherwise might as well just use another unit. If you miss the crit, what's the point of using it, you know? And then on artists, obviously you go attack main, but then you either go speed up effect, which is good, because the faster you are than opponent, the more you ignore defense, or skill 1 crit damage is also good. This one has both. First attack crit damage, here I should change it for like crit damage line as well. But overall, yeah, speed up effect and skill 1 crit damage works pretty well. I would say yes, if you can make it faster, it's better, but overall, yeah, ignore defense proportion that attack speed difference. So the faster you are, the better it is. If it was to get attack speed buff before he attacked, it would be broken if I think, but that would be cool. But yeah, Agris, really good unit. And I was looking for a fire damage dealer that would ignore defense. Because yeah, Daphnis is nice, but if you miss the strip defense break, it's just dead basically. Masha needs a setup and so on. So I wanted something on fire or LDs that ignore defense. And you know, when I discovered this, that was pretty nice. Then water monkeys like this, I nerfed it a little bit. I don't remember who I gave the rune to, but it's on crit rate ish. It was also more crit rate and more accuracy. I don't remember who I. Oh, maybe for Limas I built her on Swift, but yeah, it's like that. It's not too bad. It was a bit better though, and yeah, just you know, some accuracy, some speed. It was a bit faster to be honest with you, and additionals on artists. Yeah, I'm fine like this, but it was decently fast. I think it was 218. But I've tested Lima and I'm liking Lima like this, so I'm probably not gonna switch it. Also, a lot of people pick the Water Monkey and it's very contested, so giving some of the best Swift runes I have to him, I don't think is very ideal, because I'm not gonna get to pick it that much because people pick him a lot, and sometimes it's just not enough damage, so I can't really pick it. But it's good to have him rune, and crit rate does a bit more damage, to be honest with you. Then Layla, it's always nice to have Layla built. I mean, there's no like she doesn't require that many good runes. Obviously, if you're using her all the time, maybe yes, build her faster. But as she is right now, the fact that she gained 20% attack bar means that if Vanessa landed defense break, she move in front of Tableau anyway. And then if I'm faster than opponent, I can even try to skill 1 with it, or I can try to skill 2 with it, and then she moves and so on. But like, she's really good unit. She's pretty broken in my opinion right now. She should not gain that much attack bar, and as you can see, I can grind a lot of stuff. I've been lazy on that, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, dispel well, good accuracy, additionals on the artist. Even here, I can get additional. Why am I not doing that? And then again, additional, some attack is not bad. She does so much damage as well, and then accuracy obviously. But yeah, I think you can build it like that, even normal comp, even if you're not using Tableau, to be honest. I think you can go faster, for sure, but really good unit. I've seen her built on Seal, she's fine. but you need to go first, otherwise, you know, there is a Vandan in the game right now, so she can just get silenced for free if you get spell. So let me lock this monster and this. I don't know why I have some of the monster not locked, but sure. But yeah, then Monkey is on Violent Focus. Used to have more accuracy, but I took the rune to build something else. Now I don't remember what it was. He's on under crit rate. Yes, some decent accuracy, to be honest with you. And he has a speed lead now, so it makes it easier to pick, and he's faster than Tablo as well. Damage is more, minus from element is fine. Bomb damage, again, I need to get to that and fix my artists. But overall, yeah, skill 1 crit damage, skill 1 arc, skill 3 arc. Skill 3 is the strip, by the way. So if you go skill 1 arc, it's just gonna increase the accuracy in skill 1, so the stun. Skill 3 increase the strip chances. Sorry, the strip accuracy, basically. But yeah, crit rate, it does good damage. You move in front of Tablo, so Vanessa can defense break for his skill 1, for example, and then Tablo move, it can skill 2. So you have another defense break, plus you gain attack bar from this. It's a pretty good unit. Like as I was saying, Water Monkey is pretty common pick for the opponent. So I pick a Wind Monkey. If he doesn't get stunned, it shouldn't really. It can strip the monkey straight away and maybe stun it too. So pretty good unit, pretty annoying for the opponent when they pick a lot of AoEs, and you can pair it up pretty well with Layla. So they use AoE, he counter stun Layla moves, basically. So Violent Focus, you can go Violent Will, Violent Blade, Violent Seal, whatever. I wanted him faster than Tablo, so here it is. And it does pretty good damage, to be honest with you. Now, this one is a new one. I got it from the last event where you summon 257 35 nat 5s and you pick your own. I literally had 3 options, even though I'm missing more than half the nat 5s. And I went with him. I think Irene would have been decent too, but I think he's actually not bad. His damage per se needs some help, to be honest with you, but he's been my Dark Demon killer, basically. He just deletes them and they cannot come back. So like you go under crit rate, honestly he awakens into crit rate, I'm pretty sure. So you don't doesn't require very good runes. The skill 2 crit damage, skill that's bad, but skill 2 crit damage is the most thing, mostly why I'm using that. But yeah, awaken into crit rate, and he has 104 base speed. So it's not bad, it's not hard to rune. His damage is a bit lackluster, but if you like do some cheap damage, even with Vanessa or whatever moves before him, then it can actually kill the demon, and the demon cannot come back. You can kill also Fire Cassandra with him, but again, it depends, because I fought some Cassandras that were really squishy, and he actually managed to kill them through the passive, and then I fought some Cassandras that were a bit tankier, and he didn't do enough damage, and I lost the game because Cassandra cut. So yeah, I wish they would give him some extra damage, but yeah, I don't know if they will. I don't think anybody uses it, but it's a very good unit, especially also when they pick Nana and the Dark Demon, so you can just kill the Dark Demon. And if I didn't pick Vanessa, they pick also Vanessa, and then he kills Demon, it can now come back. So pretty good unit. Next up is Misty Story. He's on Will still, due to the fact that hey, Jogan was meta. I should probably build it back on Revenge. I don't see many Jogan any Jogans anymore. But I would say Vandan is a thing still. So like if I'm picking Misty, it's because the opponent probably is outspeeding me. So if I pick him on Revenge, build him on Revenge, he's getting silent. So if they pick just one stripper, I can ban the stripper, and then Misty doesn't get silenced my Vandan, and then it takes over pretty much. Otherwise, it dies basically. So he's on Will. I like him on Will. Revenge would be obviously better, because if you Revenge, he can heal, he can slow, he can do damage, you know, and so on. But I like him on Will as well. So he's not faster than Tablo. I'm missing 9 speed to be faster than Tableau. Eventually, it's gonna happen. But it's a good counter, but also I haven't picked him that much. In this meta, doesn't feel right. Honestly, I used to pick him into, let's say, Water Monkey Megumis most of the time, or like CCs. But now the CC is Vandan, and Vandan does not care about Misty, so it's harder to use. And same goes for the Fire Monkey, Valiant Will as well. Will, same reason, 100 crit rate, is lower than Tableau, but it's hard to make the monkey faster than Tableau on 100 crit rate and good stats. So it's just a counter pick. Once again, hard to use because of the Vandan, and yeah, it's still built. I pick him sometimes. It's still pretty good sometimes if they don't pick Vandan. Vandan can take care of both of them by himself. So I'm thinking Vandan we can nerf, but we'll see what happens there. And then yeah, some accuracy, but mostly speed, HP, 100 crit rate, and then everything else. The speed, I like him to be fast. You can go slower. The passive is gonna give him speed, and as well with attack, you don't need to get attack. Not that much attack from rune, sorry, as he will get attack from the passive anyway. So that's the monkey. This is Water Zenny. I've been testing him. I like him, but again, Oliver is still a thing. Water Monkey, well, Water Monkey can't stun it, but it still gets invincibility. And my one is a bit squishy, so if I don't go first, it's gonna get killed. It's nice into Megumi is pretty good. Into Wind Monkeys, both ways, because obviously the monkey can just crit on water, defense break if he procs, it's gonna do a lot of damage. But if the monkey stun other units, then he gets the cooldown decrease on the stuns, so it's not too bad. But I've liked him more previous seasons. It's an option, so I have him built anyway. And it does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage on crit damage builds with the speed buff and she defense break is probably gonna kill a decent amount of units. Not super tanky units, obviously, but other units it will manage to. And then obviously, first attack crit damage because of skill 1. Skill 2 doesn't do that much damage, so I don't have that much. I don't have the skill 2 crit damage, or crit damage is more on turn. That's because the skill 2 does not do that much damage. Skill 2 crit damage is there. Skill 2 accuracy and skill 1 accuracy because of the defense break. And then here is also damage on fire, crit damage is more, and so on. Next up is Ren. This unit I use a decent amount. It's on crit rate because I mentioned it before. When I use this comp, let's say I pick Vanessa, Escher, Tableau, Rigna, and Ren. Sometimes people underestimate the Ren, they ban the Rigna, and then if they are off will, even on one unit, I can CC free if, you know, he strips and she strips. And then Ren kinda takes over, I'm not gonna lie to you. And being on crit rate makes it so that it does a lot of damage. He was on this rune before. It does pretty good damage actually, yes. So it was more crit rate, more HP and so on, but I managed to make Juno faster than Tableau, so I don't mind him being a bit squishier, a little lesser, but AD accuracy should actually do the job. Runes are like this. I would like to have some attack here, but it's my fastest lot 1, I think. Yeah. Unfortunately, I would like to be faster on this, but I'm not. But then you go accuracy, crit rate. If you go crit rate, try to get under crit rate. That's why I have these runes here, this rune here, sorry, as he, you know, fill up the crit rate and so on, and then the speed and attack and HP and stats basically. And that's the Ren 220. So it's like 340 speed. It doesn't have the best Swift set, but it's pretty good. The only problem with Ren is if the opponent is fully on will, it can become pretty weird. But again, if he gets the protection, then let's say he outspeeds Sonya, she's on will, you can still skill 2, and then Sonya needs to go for Ren, so she can't snipe anything. Same with Water Monkey, can skill, it still can get stunned through the shadow protection. It's not like the water one, but at least they lost a turn like that in a way. So, no, pretty good unit. Crit rate, I think is definitely worth it. It does pretty good damage. Adrian is still built, just when they pick like Ragdoll, they go turn 2 basically. Nana, Gapsu, stuff like that. I've not seen that as much anymore, but I do see it still. And she's on Swift broken. She just need to be decently fast. They're not going for turn 1 anyway. They're not going to outspeed, so off will is fine. If you can go on will, that's fine too. And then I think I have accuracy skill too, so you can actually oblivion opponents, and then minus I think here, or speed proportional is also pretty fine, but I feel like minus win maybe. To be honest, she doesn't get focus first, so like it doesn't matter if you go minus, because people usually go for the damage dealers, right? So yeah, just tanky, fast-ish, and then some accuracy. And then we have one of my favorite anti-Leo, Rakan, is on Vampire Will, and just slow and tanky HP, and then max accuracy. Yeah, I know it doesn't look like max accuracy, but I promise you it is max accuracy. Pretty good unit. Honestly, when people pick Leo, usually they don't really pick immunity, or they pick one only, so you can just ban that. A lot of times they don't even pick strippers, so like Rakan kind of takes over. So skill free arc 20, so it's 82 arc, and it does a lot of damage. Obviously, it can collapse, 50% chance. It does the same amount of damage when it counters, when it collapses. So yeah, pretty good unit. And then if I'm using Vanessa, if I have defense break into the opponent, it's gonna almost delete. Well, delete something, some other stuff don't die, but yeah, just HP, 100 crit rate, max out. Daniel is another anti-Leo. I tried Daniel in a normal box, in a normal team, and it's just too much setup, and then they just ban it anyway, so it doesn't work like that. But as an anti-Leo, it's one of my favorites. One of the best, to be honest with you. Again, people don't really pick too many strippers, so sorry, too many immunity units, so he actually does his job pretty well. So opponent, usually what happens is I have Vanessa and Asher, and then whatever with Daniel, and then they just hit the Asher with Leo. So they all move first, and then Daniel just snipe them all basically. But yeah, it's on Violent Will. It's under res, just in case they have some weak stripper, no max accuracy. Here I need to check. Actually, let me do it right now because I don't need a crit rate. I'm gonna go for flood HP probably because it's critting way too much, and I think no res I need anyway. I mean, it's not the best rune anyway, so might as well just grind down. So it's a bit tankier now as well. Please give me 400 plus. No, please. But yeah, it's basically an anti-Leo. I let the opponent move with everything they have. Nice. It's not even going more than 370. How many? Really? Hey, we did it. So I let the opponent go first, and then he snipe everything, and he can stun as well. He has an 80% chance of stunning now, so it's a lot more reliable on the stun, max accuracy, and then I have minus fire here. Not sure why. I don't remember what was the point. Maybe because people go Cardinal a lot. Oh no, Fire Cassandra, because when they go Leo, they do pick Fire Cassandra, so minus fire is pretty good. And then crit damage taken minus, and then yeah, crit damage taken minus really, then accuracy is max already. Now this is one of the latest LD I got, is anti-Leo as well. He has 0 speed because I pick him just into anti-Leo, into Leos. He's on Violent Will, it's just damage basically, and just some stats. I've been using him, not that much, but I've been using him. I need to find some extra damage dealer that can work with him into Leos, like Fire Cassandra and so on. But yeah, classic Lucifer really, just damage, HP, under crit rates, you know, Lucifer. I don't really pick him. I try to pick him into like just making a team around him, but don't really have very good LDs to pair him up with, so it doesn't work that well for me. If I had Vivachel, that would work a lot better with the Nikki as well. Then Vusa, honestly, Vusa everyone should have him built. It doesn't require best sets, very good runes. He has very good base stats, very good base speed, so you get away with less, well, worse runes basically. And he does decent damage. He has very good immunity. He can sleep for two. Oh my god, for 2 turn on skill 1, so it's a very good unit. And then additional by HP is pretty good. Speed proportion is fine. And then additional by speed, what is this? Defense proportional. Skill 2 recovery is fine, or additional by speed is fine. I don't know why I have that, to be honest with you. So additional by HP. Yeah, I'll give this because I'm not using pole right now, so I can do this. And then, yeah, just go HP and speed and nothing else really. You can go defense, but it doesn't need attack. It doesn't need, you can go under res if you want, but it doesn't need accuracy either. So like, I have very, very leftover runes on him, but still 290. So it's a very good option. Now, Cardinal is another one of my Enteleos. I've been using him less because I think Rakan is just better because he also has a strip. And yeah, some people are gonna say, why don't you use Elena? I don't have Elena, so that's why I don't use Elena. But he's on Violent Will, just on damage, max accuracy, or wait, was he max? Yeah, and then just try to get under crit rate. I didn't manage to, and then additional by HP is pretty good. Own turn crit damage is pretty good. Skill free crit damage is pretty good. It does very good damage and it's tanky, so it doesn't die that easily. I like him as Enteleio. Again, Elena would be a better option. I would build it pretty much the same way with under crit rate. So if you have Elena, probably give it a try. Mash is like that. It's on Blade because she needs to be faster than Tableau. Zero hack. I know, but Vanessa move in front of her, so you can get the defense break. But then, yeah, just damage, under crit rate, faster than Tableau, and she'll do the job. Honestly, if the opponent is not very high res, even zero hack works. I do have skill to 16, so we have on 16 hack, which is not too bad for Masha. I would like to have like 10, 15 here, so it would be like around 30, but she lands. I don't want to say most of the time, I'll be lying, but she does land. Obviously, Tableau is 290, that's 284, but the base speed makes it so that she move in front of him. So Masha, pretty good for this comp. I don't know, I didn't see Masha that much lately, but I feel like Masha can always be pretty good. Then we have Josephine, Valiant Will, just normal comp. It's weird into Tableau, because if you skill free with Tableau, obviously you proc the passive, and then she doesn't proc, the enemy can just stun her. But don't really usually pick Tableau when I pick her. So if I'm seeing that it's getting a bit tricky and I pick her, I don't pick Tableau basically. So Valiant Will, again, just speed, accuracy. She's on crit damage, but I still think I have pretty good HP. And then minus win, because, you know, Sonya. And then accuracy skill 2, because he's the one that has the more activation. And it's the one that you really, I mean, you want to stun them, but skill 2 actually really, really good. But yeah, 41 arc plus that, so 61 arc and skill 2, 41 arc and skill 1, which is not bad, honestly. I've seen a lot worse. And then, yeah, the stats. And then, yes, I pick her into water monkeys, you know, stuff like that. So you can just cut them. Juno is the unit that stole the rune from Ren, and now she is faster than Tableau, which makes her a lot better for me. I used to pick her sometimes, but not that often, because she was losing a turn to Tableau. But now she's faster, and I'm loving her. I'm not gonna lie, I honestly don't know why I waited this long. Probably I waited for this squad. Probably yes, but yeah, I need a better slot one. But yeah, she's like this, under crit rate, HP additionals on artists, and then, you know, just stats really. I like her. I would like to have like 200 more attack probably, but she does okay damage, and the accuracy is pretty good. I didn't focus on accuracy at all, but yeah, I managed to get it. And obviously Juno is good into water monkey. Megumi can't really stun her. I mean, he can, but you know, she's gonna get healed for the team, and she's gonna cleanse it anyway. The only problem for Juno is Vanden. Vanden can take care of her, so surprise, surprise. But yeah, I'm loving her faster than Tableau, and honestly, she helped me get to top 600 again, and I don't know why I waited so long. She's actually really good. Decent damage, cheap. Well, some cheap damage, but if Vanessa defense break and she has speed buff, she's gonna do like 3 plus K per hit. So like almost 10k on skill 1. That's not bad at all. While she's decently tanky, not the tankiest, but pretty fast and so on, you know. Oliver is like that. Oliver is on Swift because he needs to be faster than Tableau. So he's on Swift, but he's on crit rate as well. So it does actually pretty good damage. He's on Focus because I couldn't get the 85 accuracy. If you could, I would say build him on Will. Again, Vanden is a thing. Opponent outspeed you. You know, if they don't have strip and he's on Will, it's fine. Otherwise, you're gonna get silenced. Then on turn crit damage, so it works for both. And then this one has skill free crit damage. But really, what I should do is first attack crit damage, so it works on both. Now, the only problem is I have that on Lydia, and I don't really wanna take it off Lydia, to be honest with you. So it is on skill free crit damage, on turn crit damage, you know, attack proportion is fine, speed additional by speed is fine. But yeah, overall, if you have first attack crit damage, that's better. You can build them around the crit rate, even in normal comps. I would say you're probably gonna go violent in normal comps. You might be a bit slower or a bit less attack or whatever, but Oliver does pretty good damage on crit rate, so I would say it's a pretty good option. And yeah, you're gonna do a lot of damage. Honestly, I think people underestimate how much damage he does on skill on crit rate build. So pretty good. I like the stats, honestly. I wish it was on violent like this, but I like the stats. More is like that. He's on crit damage build. He's on Despair though. I don't really use him too much. I think I could get more accuracy here, more, you know. I should. I don't use him too much, but when I see like the opponent picking 33 speed lead plus Vunsa or like plus Etna, no, sorry, plus Etna, it doesn't really work, but yeah, plus Vunsa, say, or Triton even, yeah, or Triton, then I go with him because, you know, they're gonna activate him and he can do pretty good damage. It's not the best more you're gonna see, but it's actually okay. I would say Rage does more damage, but Despair makes it so if you pick Layla, for example, she can move and Despair can be more annoying. Probably I might change it to Rage, to be honest with you, and test it out, but it's like that for now. It works okay, and he has decent accuracy as well, so I don't mind him like this. But yeah, classic crit damage rule, more. I mean, don't have that much crit damage, but crit damage is in 100 crit rate and full attack basically. So yeah, that's the more. That's the Lucia. Lucia is pretty good into Oliver, of course. It's pretty good into units or into teams that are trying to CC you and they have a lot of AoEs. So if you build that on 100 res, sorry, on Triple Revenge, she can do a lot of healing, and then, you know, you don't die, and then you take turns, and then yeah, you can win. So like when I pick her is into like Okeanos, into stuff like that, and then I pair up with Fire Monkey or Chile, or sorry, Misty, stuff that can get stunned. So you can get stunned, plus she's countering and healing, so you know, you don't die, and then Misty and Monkey take over and so on. So skill 1 recovery. I don't want to go, honestly, I didn't try to go under rest, but I didn't have an HP percentage rune on Revenge available for her, so I went under rest. I would say if you can, just go HP slot 6. She heals more based on HP, and this one is defense because I don't have an HP one with the recovery, do I? Unless I got it lately, but I didn't have it. No, 6%, so not really. So that's why it's defense. But yeah, the skill is you recover 15%. Wait, in addition to the HP recovery amount the less received. This is so recovery here is 10% of your max HP. So the more HP you have, the more it heals. But yeah, into AoEs, into Oliver even, it's pretty good. But then you want to have decently fast because If she doesn't counter, at least you can use skill 2, you know. Otherwise, if she doesn't counter, she's just gonna do nothing if she's too slow. So yeah, that's but yeah, be faster would be nice. Lima, I got her last May, I think, and I had her for the whole time on double NEM wheel, and she was okay. And then I thought, why don't I build her on Swift? And then when I build her on Swift, what happens is she's gonna, you know, strip turn one, then Tableau moves, then she's gonna move in front of Tableau again, so you can skill free, cleanse the Tableau, and hopefully he stuns everything. Now on this build, she does pretty good damage as well. She does around actually more than 10k on skill 1 with defense break, and she's tanky enough so she doesn't die straight away, but she's also squishy enough so if a Laura moves, she's gonna pop her. And that's why I built her at that. She was tankier, she was at plus 23k HP, but I went into a game where Laura skill free and that Nemesis didn't really work, so I wanted this. Honestly, this one I could change for accuracy, because no, it's fine though. And then yeah, under crit rate, she does pretty good damage as I said. Accuracy is fine, and then speed really, and then Nemesis obviously, and then additionals here and here. Skill 1 crit damage is pretty good. Attack defense up effect. I need to keep on changing this. I'll try to get additionals by I don't know, HP probably. She does okay damage, and as I said, that's a pretty good thing that she does. Also, if there is a watermark on the opponent side, they usually were going for Tableau, so I couldn't skill free, but now if they go for Tableau, I can skill free and cleanse him anyway. So they need to go for Lima, but then my whole team moves. So like this and this were the ones that actually gave me a pretty good streak, and they allowed me to go to top 600. But yeah, I feel Lima on Swift's pretty good. I still think she needs to have either one turn more on invincibility or one turn more on immunity, because it's too short to be honest with you. Or one turn less cooldown. 3 turn cooldown would be, I think it would be fair, because Pontus has 2 turn invincibility, 3 turn immunity, right? So yeah. Then we have Winobara. I had her a bit tankier. I had her like on 40 plus 40 plus 40 plus. You know what I mean? 42k HP, but she was a lot slower. And now I built her faster. She's still on energy. I probably should try to go on Nemesis, but yeah, it's just tanky and some accuracy. And then, you know, when she moves, she can obviously provoke the opponent. And even if they don't target her, once you provoke them, you know, they're gonna they're gonna debuff you, and she does what she does. So she's pretty good. I would say Nemesis will be better. I have managed to win because of Sonya, but I still don't think Sonya would manage to kill her in one go. So I might go for minus fire, because a lot of people pick Masha into that. I might change it eventually, but for now it's like that. And then accuracy skill 2, so I have 60 plus accuracy in skill 2. Really good unit. Into Vendan is okay, but Vendan still decrease enough, so it's not, I wouldn't suggest to pick her into Vendan. I wouldn't suggest pick anything into Vendan. The unit just counters everything. But like into Oki, into CC units, into Dark Monkey, probably is the only counter to Dark Monkey. And I say that because Juno get anti-cleanse stun, Vermos get anti-cleanse stun. All the counter to Dark Monkey are countered by the Dark Monkey, by her. She gets stun, anti-cleanse, she's still gonna do the damage. So pretty good unit, pretty good option, and she doesn't really require your best set, so might as well have her build. Then we have Abellio. Don't pick him too much, so in a scuff set, honestly. I do pick every now and again into like Lucifer comps to try and cut in between. I don't love my Abellio. It should be a bit faster or a bit more HP at least, and you know, it is what it is, but it does kind of work still, and it's also slower than Tableau, and I don't really get to pick him too much, but you can use it as a counter to teams that don't have too much damage. they don't have heal blocks, so they don't have resets, so you can just have a lot more sustain than the opponent, and then you're eventually gonna end up winning anyway. Then we have Celia. I don't mind her, but if the opponent pick Leo already, I can't pick her because otherwise they pick Josephine too, and then it's over. But yeah, I have a build because I can last pick her and she's actually decent. I would say the passive is weird. I would say she does need a little buff. I was thinking Oblivion or Anti-Cleanse on passive would be nice. Skill 2 should be 100% in my opinion. I don't know why it's 85. She missed a lot on skill 2, but on crit rate build, she does a lot of damage. And I don't know, people I think underestimate how much damage Arc Magicians do into defense break, especially if you have Ashes speed buff. She actually does a lot of damage. And then I have skill 1 accuracy. I don't know why I have skill 1 accuracy. I think it's just skill 1 crit damage and first attack crit damage, I guess. What's that? HP. Let's see if I have first attack, it would be better. It's 20. But that's 22. I mean, I guess I have speed up effect too, though, there. What about skill 1 crit damage? Oh, that's it. But yeah, I think that's fine. And then crit damage is more here. Damage taken is fine. Crit damage is less on turn is pretty good. Maybe damage taken, it would be better to have crit damage as more. So yeah, Valiant will. And she can be annoying. And also she can counter Water Monkey. Even if they stun her, her passive still works. So it can be annoying for the opponent. And if I'm going first with, let's say, these 4, I can actually CC everything with her. And then Vanessa defense break and she, with him, can probably kill. Pretty good damage. Daphne's, I was using it. It's not built right now. It was looking something like this. I would say Daphne's is not too bad. But I would say I prefer to have other stuff run. I think I prefer Agrius even. Because if Daphne's missed the Shriek defense break, it doesn't do enough damage. I would say though, Daphnis doesn't care about Leo, so if the opponent picks Leo, you don't have to ban it, whereas like Agrius, you need to ban Leo. Yeah, you would have to. But yeah, it's not too bad. I didn't hate it, but I feel like Agrius is just more consistent. And then here you need to pray to defense break on skill 3. However, if you do manage to land skill 3 and Vanessa already defense breaks something, you can probably kill 2 with Tableau because that skill 3 from Daphne should kill something. And then Vanessa defense break into Ashes skill 3 into Daphne skill 1 should kill something else. So it's not too bad. And then I had own turn crit damage and skill 3 crit damage and accuracy. So like it's still built, nothing crazy, Valiant Nemesis, squishy. I'll try to make it even squishier. I didn't succeed, but just 100 crit rate and attack. I know that people pick him on Vampire, build him on Vampire, sorry, but he countered with this, so he can heal himself anyway, even on Bio when he counters. And on Violent it's good because if he gets stunned, in general, if he's on Vampire and gets stunned, he's kinda dead. He's just dead. On Bio, you can proc out of it, and also being on Nemesis helps because it's gonna take turn faster. So yeah, but I don't really pick it. I think it's fake anyway. So Vermos is still on the double Nemesis will set. I would say if you can build him on Violent will, but yeah, just fast, tanky. On crit rate, Vermos is not bad at all. It does pretty good damage on both skill 1 and skill 2. And skill 1 is scales on speed. I don't think this scales on speed, right? Scales on enemy max HP, so it's pretty good. So crit rate would also work. But yeah, it's like this, just and then a speed proportional is nice because if they focus him, it becomes a lot faster, so you can take more turn. This is one of the latest anti-Leo. Still work in progress. I would like to get like 20k HP, plus 20k HP, but also I like to have pretty much max arc and 100 crit rate. She does really good damage. Wait, why is that +4? Hello? Hello? Thank you. Actually, that was a new rune I didn't have. Yeah, I couldn't grind it. But yeah, basically, again, Enta-Leos, people like to go without strippers, without immunity, so you just, you know, you can pick stuff that CC slow, a defense break as well, and then if she procs, she can get the skill 2 off into defense break, so she does even more damage. But yeah, pretty good unit. I like her. And then crit damage lines, on turn crit damage was less, and then skill 3 crit damage. Skill 2 crit damage would be nice, and I need to change something for skill 2 crit damage, but it's like that for now. And she became tankier in the meantime. Violent, because, you know, if they CC her, she can proc out. If she's skill 3, she can proc into skill 2, and skill 2 does pretty good damage as well. And also, you know, she has HP leader skill. But I think Beth is actually a really good anti-Leo. You can use her as a normal unit into an Hagen comp. If you're using Hagen comp with Layla Tomo, Beth is a really, really good option. So bear that in mind. Really, really good unit. I think it's very underrated. I wouldn't be surprised if they buff her even more. She's already good. But Comtress is like that. People are not using it. Let's buff it more. Let's just buff it to the moon. But yeah, really good unit. And now Chilling. Chilling, I've been testing it and trying it, and it's actually decent into Water Monkey. However, you kinda need to try and outspeed opponents. Otherwise, if Water Monkey moving from the Chilling, it can get just stunned forever. Unless he procs. Otherwise, skill 3 can stun it, skill 2 can stun it, skill 1 can stun it, and then it goes again, you know? But it's been pretty decent. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't mind it at all. Actually, pretty good unit. It does good damage. He has speed buff, he has crit rate buff, he strip, he heals himself, he can heal himself. I like him. And then violent, and then his passive, sorry, makes it so you don't need super fast runes to be faster than my Tableau, basically. 290 is just 280. It's still faster because he gains speed from the passive and he's on will. So, to be honest, I think he would outspeed even if he was slower or off will. Yeah, because I actually would give him speed buff. No, but probably she will move in front anyway. Wait, yeah, but I don't think he will move. But anyway, will is fine again. Opponent is outspeeding. It's good to have him on will. Like Etna could just snipe you otherwise. So, Chilling. Pretty good into Water Monkeys, pretty good into Megumi as well. Because you can steal immunity, so it's harder for Megumi as it is opposite element to be stunned, you know. So pretty good unit. Unluckily base skill 4 base stats, but its passive is pretty good. Then we have Bellaju. I built him on Nem, double Nem will, another double Nem how do you call it? Counter. And then it's under res as well. Into Laura's is pretty good. Into Water Monkey is pretty decent because obviously if the monkey doesn't go for this, he can just put immunity up. So if they go for Tableau, he can cleanse and so on, you know? If they go for him, they pop the Nemesis. If they don't stun it, he still can move. Otherwise, Tableau goes and he will move anyway. So it's pretty good. And then crit damage lines, it's pretty good because he's on crit rate. And then, yeah, first attack crit damage is less. I'm liking it. I'm not gonna lie, I'm liking it. If you don't use Tableau comp, you can still use Bellaju. It's pretty good. You can go violent if you want, violent will. You can go double Nem will, it's not bad. I've seen Bellaju on Swift as well. He's pretty. You can build him in many different ways. So under res is not needed really, as a lot of stuff are on max hack anyway. But I didn't have another fast slot 6, so I went under res anyway. And it doesn't have too bad stats, obviously. It's missing like 7k HP, but let's not talk about that. But it needs to be squishy though. It could have a lot more HP because I use this. I try to not get too much HP on him, like on purpose, basically. Because otherwise the Nemesis don't pop, you know. It doesn't move in front after the Laura, basically. Then Diana, I built her back. I don't love the build. I think she should have like 5k more HP. But When I picked her, she's worked pretty well. Again, Water Monkey code for wind units, and she strips too, so it's pretty good. Additional by attack, you wanna go additional by attack because when she transforms, the HP become attack, so additional by attack is pretty good. Skill 2 crit damage is pretty good too. And then yeah, you kinda want her a bit tankier though, a bit more HP. But she's not too bad. I don't really pick her too much, but yeah, she works anyway. And then you pick her into AoEs, mostly into water units as well. She can go crazy. She can go crazy. Then Minato, I've never derune him because it's a pretty good option to have. Some violent well. Again, if the opponent is using a lot of AoEs, it can become really, really annoying. I need to jam this now higher. It can become very, very annoying because you know he gets the protection when he gets attack AoE, and then the opponent needs to attack him, and then he keeps on countering. He can skill defense break on the counter. He can do a lot of damage. Vampire is good, but now he heals himself anyway when he counters and recover HP by 50% damage dealt. So don't really need Vampire, still pretty good, but I feel like Valiant's pretty good because if he gets stunned, that's the one way he dies, but he can proc out of it. Yeah, Vampire wouldn't, so I think Valiant's pretty good. Also, you can proc, you can skill 2 into a proc and then it double hit because of the shadow protection. Don't really use into Tableau when I pick Tableau, but if I'm not picking Tableau because I'm going different routes, I can pick him. So definitely you can build it even if you're not using this box. Wind Robo, again, I feel like Wind Robo should always be rune. I don't like the speed, that should be at least plus 200. I haven't picked him as much, but it's still pretty good. I would like to have 15 crit rate only because I usually pick it into ragdolls. So you can just keep on skill 2, skill 3, skill 2, skill 3, you know. And then, additionals, yeah, it's a blue one. I don't really pick the Robo much, so it is what it is. But yeah, I should definitely try to get a better one. What are you doing, Doflar? I think, nah, that's even worse anyway. That's worse than blue. Hello, Gemini. I'll leave it like that for now, but I could go attack maybe. That would be used as well. I mean, I don't use this guy at all, so I could, but I like him to have him. I like it tanky, to be honest. So it's a Robo. Again, opponent's going slow. No need to use Tableau Team to use the Wind Robo. The enemy is going slow. The Wind Robo can be really, really strong, especially if it doesn't miss much. He can be insanely strong. Skill 2 into skill 3, skill 1, then he has skill 2 again, then he has skill 3 again. And it's a continuous. It keeps on going. Really, really good unit. Then I have Lydia. That's used into like Lucifer comps with, you know, those kind of comps. So the attack, she sniped them basically. She's on double name will. I'm thinking to build her on bio because sometimes people attack her on purpose. They have Leo, let's say, Leo, Lucy, and then the attacker, she move after the Leo and the passive is not stacked, so she doesn't do too much. Damage taken from wind, I think it's fine. Minus damage is pretty good, just in case they're picking Sonya, they're not going Leo really, but overall crit damage lines are pretty good. They build that decently tanky, yeah, I feel like probably Violent is better, but you're using her mostly into units, into teams that are trying to snipe you. Even into Sonya's team, Vanessa Sonya's team, she's not bad. However, bear in mind if the opponent have beneficial effects. Let's say they're using Adriana Sonya. If they have beneficial effect, you don't have under crit rate, she might not crit. Because this one is guaranteed crit if enemy has no beneficial effect. So I still think Lydia should have under crit rate. But yeah, if you want to go more crit damage, go for it. But you know, you might get scammed by the fact that they might have buffs, you know. So yeah, up to you. Valiant Well probably better, to be honest with you. That one well, it's pretty good though. I like it. Then Gyome Imejima. I built it lately because I needed a stripper into Leo's comp. or when they pick Leo early, because sometimes they do pick immunity, so you need strippers. He strips kind of reliable. I would like to have him on Despair, so when he strip he can stun. I do not have the runes right now to build him on Despair, but eventually it's gonna be on Despair. Now obviously it's anti-Leo, so you don't need speed, but I still wanted him to be faster than Daniel, than Rakan, and the Beth. So I needed some speed, so I put this rune on. And then, you know, crit damage is more. It does good damage on skill 2, but it does pretty good damage on skill 1 too, so. And then accuracy. I don't mind him, however, I feel like Layla is still better. Because he does strip, sure, but like, she does strip too, plus everything else, so I can just pick Layla instead of aiming to enter Leo. But it's not a bad option. He does have provoke here. He does have attack break, which is good into damage dealers, so not bad. Verde Hill, classic Verd, double revenge will. I changed him lately, he was faster, and yeah, but I haven't picked him much anyway lately, so he's on some random build and it's fast enough. It does need to revenge, otherwise it's just there, you know. But yeah, it's like this, classic Verd, nothing much to say about it. Carlos is on bump. If the enemy picks Nana, it's a good option, because like I can snipe one, right? And then Carlos gets going. So just under crit rate. Try to make him a bit tankier maybe, but yeah, then you go attack and wait. What? See, like that you don't even want resistance. You can go speed. It's not bad to have speed on him, but you can go flat HP and so on, you know. And then this one I don't have because he's ancient, so I never get it. But yeah, and I don't farm vampire ancient, so it is what it is. And then additional bad attack is pretty good, crit damage is pretty good, but additional bad attack is probably the best one, so applies on both. And I mean, Carlos can be used in a non-Leo, in a non-Tableau team. I actually use him more when I don't pick Tableau. So. King is the build, I'm just gonna show you, but I don't pick him. I don't pick him anymore. I feel like the last nerf he got was too big and it just doesn't do much. Additionally, there is a lot of units that are guaranteed to crit on you if they're faster, let's say, or additional damage make it so it does take a lot of damage anyway. So it happens sometimes when they nerf a unit plus they add stuff to the game and they double nerf it basically. So additional damage nerfed him, plus he got nerfed. So double nerf is built, but honestly I've not picked him in a long time. So yeah. Christina is built, but I took a artifact offer because I was testing him. She did have the, what did she have here? Yeah, I think she had this. I don't think I'm using Reno anyway. That's skill 4, right? Yeah. So yeah, double name will just damage, 100 crit rate. Some accuracy is not bad because you kind of want to land the defense break and the oblivion too, and then crit damage is more. It's pretty good. And skill 3 crit damage, just classic Nemesis. The opponent move, they do damage into you. You boost your attack bar because of the Nemesis. She just can do a lot of damage. Plus the oblivion is pretty good. This guy, I've been picking it here and there, not too much, doesn't work really well with Tableau, but I can pick him with her. And if they have strippers, he can, you know, help her move again as well. But yeah, it's not a bad unit. Sorry, him. It's just Despair will, and then just some accuracy, stats, attack. It has okay damage, not gonna lie. And then also he has dots, which help, and also like the passive is pretty good as well. So pretty good units, pretty good counter. Douglas, we all know what Douglas is for. Just vampire will, like full HP, sorry, full attack, some good HP, so it doesn't just randomly die. And then attack under crit rate. You need under crit rate on Douglas. You need a will or Nemesis. I think will is better because Nemesis can be good, but Nemesis is weird because usually units glance on Douglas, so the Nemesis doesn't really give him that much attack bar. So Will is better because, you know, before there was also Jogan. Now if he's on Will and Vanden doesn't have strip for him, then he can't attack break. So Vanden can even glance on Douglas. If he doesn't have immunity, then if he gets attack broken, it's just over. So I think Will is way better. Then we have Nikki. I built her because of slow teams, or like for the heal block mostly. I was fighting a light, what's his name? Light Bulwark, and I mean, I managed to win a Gelnir, but if I had the heal block, it would be even better. And also into a Belios, she's pretty good. So I built her back. I haven't used her yet, but just on Swift will just as fast and additionals by attack mostly for the damage. And then obviously Cassandra on Double M will. Don't really pick her, but a good option honestly to have. I don't know why I 6-star these runes. That was on me. You want to as squishy as possible, but she's decently squishy, so she should activate that. And then skill 2 crit damage. What is that? I definitely got better since last time. No, everything is Juliana, don't use it. What about first attack? Crit damage is more. 19. I mean, it's better than that. What is that? Hello? Yeah, let's go to that. And then additionals by attack as well. Wait, no. Oh yeah, that was it. No, but I had a better one here, no? I don't know, I messed it up. I messed it up. 14. I mean, 19 is not bad though. I'll take it. 14, that's 14, but also has more. I'll take that. So yeah, this is it. And then also I have some other units like Geo builds. I have Kaki build when they pick Ragdoll early. It's Violent Will on you know, faster than Tableau. It doesn't look like, but it's faster than Tableau because of the base speed, and it does good damage. And also Mihos, because people pick Mihos into my team, and it does work pretty well into that. And the Geo is built, I'm pretty sure it's built like, if I find her, I'll show you, like this per revenge, crit rate build, this attack, and then just tanky-ish, but like she does good damage too. But yeah, that's it, guys. If you want to see any of my other units, I might have missed some. Just ask in chat, ask in the comments. Sorry, I did build this guy too lately. But I did rebuild this guy too, a Violent Will, and Talia as well. But yeah, guys, thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see you next one. Bye bye.